We started off in 2006, just thinking back when green was kind of the word, but it was sustainability, right? Your idea, it was Nico's idea. And it was tools for sustainability. That was the wording we came up with, right?
Yeah, so, we were trying to figure out if there was, the need of kind of like explaining more niche alternative ways of just dealing with things that were coming and were becoming more and more apparent. It's like this meme. You see this person kind of like with fire around, and it's holding like a mug and saying everything is all right, right? And you see the fire around. So we've had like a personal moment like that, and we said, well, we are. Kirsten is on TV, doing stuff for TV, and I was into writing stuff, so we were trying to just kind of make work.
We probably didn't really know exactly what it was going to be. We just started, and then we started doing stories that we liked and finding people that were interesting to us. So it was less corporate and less products and less mainstream media will miss those stories sometimes. Because Aaron, right, you tried to get into other.
Yeah, I contacted several people and no one even responded. I really appreciated you guys responding back.
And it took us a while because the first time we sort of missed it. You see, with the kids and stuff, we almost made it through the area, and then the second time we did.
You guys are busy and you guys got a family. It's understandable.
But we usually do. Sometimes it takes us a while, and I talk to people sometimes for years before we do stories. So
Cool. And now it's becoming more. Now people understand that you can make these work somehow. At the beginning, we were actually living off savings. We were just doing journalism, basically.
Stories.
Grassroots journalism, just with no income for a long time.
Yeah.
And then things happened, organically. But let's say they don't happen.
Yeah.
We would still be having more or less the same lifestyle.
Yeah.
And that means
But we were just trying a lot of stories that we didn't really know it was going to work. I mean, at the beginning, I was just looking at. I'd done video, so I thought, well, we'll do video with the website we're starting, and we were living in Barcelona, and it was like, well, there's these people making interesting clothing, and there's this and that, and the tiny house thing happened to be right. Jake Schaefer, who was doing first sort of gable roof tiny houses of this, at least modern times, tiny house movement, lived right near my parents, so we just stopped in, and when we were visiting them, and
we went to a wedding. A friend of Kirsten's in New York City, and there was this person living in this micro apartment.
I've seen that video.
But actually, micro apartment wasn't a word, I don't think, in the U.S. Micro piso in Spanish was. So I was thinking, well, they were doing stories in Spain on micro pisos that were just tiny little apartments. And I thought, why isn't anyone doing that in New York? I know there's tiny apartments in New York. So I talked to this woman, Felice, who, and then we just called it. I think you called it the micro apartment, and then it sort of. Other people started doing stories, but I don't think people were making videos on those kind of things.
Now you have channels like Never Too Small that are huge, doing basically
the same thing. Yeah.
Sort of like a clean spin-off of all that,
So what I'm gathering is that you guys are really finding those people who are trying to lower their impact, but in like ways that do not make their lives totally suck.
Yeah. I think that was one of the early things that we found even with tiny houses, people saying, actually, I like this. I want this because, living with less and living smaller and having less things, it sort of also declutters the mind, right? So this is making me happier. I feel better about this.
Just two last questions. One was, first of all, what was your audience's reaction to Aaron in the first video? And then why did you guys decide to come back and spend a little more time with him?
People were really positive. I mean,
I was
YouTube is always has negatives, so there's always going to be some. But overall, it was really positive. Yeah.
And we have to, and that in that particular video, I don't think there was. I think there was a respect.
Yeah.
You could feel that was across the board.
Yeah.
So and that's something that happens organically. There's nobody moderating that. That's self-awareness, right? That happens collectively.
And I think a lot of times people recognize when something feels too forced or too, or is he really living like that, or did he go home somewhere else? And I think it felt real. So I think people felt like, wow, this guy's really doing this, and
Well, that's also why I wanted to do this story also, because after I saw him on your channel and then I looked at his channel, you could see things that are dated to 10 years ago that are obviously real incidences in your life. It's kind of like adds legitimacy, like he's not, this isn't a made up thing.
Right.
So
Or it's not something that's just going to last 6 months.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes you see, I mean, we have seen some people, and they've moved into a trailer or something, or a van life thing, and you think, well, and sometimes they're honest about it being that long, but yeah, you can kind of tell.
We met a family years ago. Kirsten just did that video. I wasn't even there, but actually the boat ended up sinking.
Oh God! Right after we filmed it, that's true.
Sinking, and there was a little tragedy, family tragedy. Stuff happens, and you see things. It's hard to kind of like balance. You don't want to bank on tragedy, and at the same time you don't want to kind of paint things too rosy. Instagrammable life has it's a double sword phenomenon.
Yeah. But I don't think that Aaron's like you're not an Instagram kind of person. You're not doing it for that.
I tried to figure out Instagram. It's too oversimplified. It seems like it's hard to like connect with people and find people, and it didn't seem like Facebook seemed way more, and I already knew Facebook and YouTube were I don't think I could do more than 2 social networks.
It happens the same to us.
We haven't tried on anything else.
So the last question: why did you guys decide to come back and pay Aaron another visit?
I mean, I think for the same reason. I think we felt like he's actually really living this way, so his life is probably going to keep evolving, and he keeps trying new things, and so there's going to be a story that continues, rather than somebody just saying, "Oh, I moved into this, whatever," and it's kind of maybe more two-dimensional.
And also, sometimes it feels, for example, you make a story, and then that story becomes popular, and some people just may say, "Well, that's the end of it." Actually, it's not. I mean, if you are making friends, you have to, sometimes you just go and say hello, right?
And I guess you've probably, how many videos does the channel have now? Hundreds, probably.
Over 1,000.
Wow.
Over 1,000 videos. So like,
wow.
Does Aaron fit into a category compared to other people?
You know what? We are the concept itinerancy comes because.
Well, we're sort of working on a book right now, trying to kind of put things a little bit into chapters and kind of conceptual ideas, and so you'll be in, if you're interested,
totally.
in more itinerancy, right?
Itinerancy meaning why
sort of modern nomad.
Yeah, why talking about something that can be very narrowing? If it's itinerancy can be somebody just walking on the road, but also can be somebody having, a camper. But it's also a way of looking into the reality of.
But as far as like anybody else, like there's nobody else doing what Aaron's. I mean, there's no nomadic shepherds that I know of, or we haven't done any videos on. So I think you're quite.
Do you guys have any farm hands or anything like?
I mean, we've done stuff. There's some woofers on farms because we've done
That's
organic or permaculture farms and stuff, and there've been people who are we're a little more nomadic out with.
So what
That's
Aaron
cool.
is doing is so amazing that actually Lloyd Kahn, which is kind of like. He was doing basically the housing sort of section for the whole Earth catalog for a while, and created Shelter Publication back in the 70s. And he actually emailed Kirsten saying, "I watched that video and
I want Aaron for my book, right? Did he contact you about?
I just need to contact Aaron for this book."
Yeah.
Wow. Because and he then wrote Aaron saying, "I want to put your car against these $100,000 camper vans." Because yours beats the others in different ways.
Yeah, people were, I think, really.
Thank you for giving him the email. He did a great job. Yeah, he did a
I've
great
seen
job.
I mean, we're talking about a person that you know who is mentioned in the in the Henry Ford Museum in
Lloyd Kahn?
in Detroit, right?
Yeah. He was the dome guy or something in the 70s on Time magazine cover even.
He's still around.
He's done all these experimental.
Not only that he's still
interesting-
around,
cool.
is that he's checking on some of the videos to kind of like make sure he's not missing
He's
some of
We've done a couple videos with him, and he's he's a good guy.
Yeah, he's
80s somewhere now.
80 something.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, we can cut there. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, thank you guys. You guys, what you're doing is beautiful.
It kind of comes weirdly full circle, you know. It's so weird that you guys happen to be here at the same time.
It is funny. Isn't
Totally.
it?
Yeah, thank you guys for doing what you
Thank
do.
you.
That was really cool listening to
Yeah.
your guys' story and what you
No,
guys
it's
are
great.
doing is
It's great.
beautiful.
Yeah, and I'd love
thank
to.
you.
I don't know if there's stuff that I can use, like just like I did last time off your
Sure.
YouTube channel.
Anything you want on there, yeah, anything you
I'm
want.
looking at the donkey. I'll pull that too.
Yeah.
Thanks, Aaron.
Thank you guys.
I'll start putting stuff.
All right.
Well, Daniel.
See you, man. I'll be in
Have
touch.
safe travels.
Thank you. I'll shoot you an email.
So good too.
Yeah. Whenever you guys settle down for a homestead, dairy sheep.
Yeah.
Yeah.